those are excellent questions. I'm going to run through this real quick. And definitely, I appreciate and give thanks for the opportunity to hear from the speakers, and also for community development to work with Business Development, Mr. Trescott, and also work with all of you, those who are on the DDA, familiar faces, new faces, and as well as the council and the concerned citizens. It's very important. We're going to take you through, this is your Welcome Center. And in this, like we're talking about this is an event, your Running Festival, and how it brings people together. And then also the DDA, this we talked about the journey, is in the lower right-hand corner, is the next threshold, your destinations. As both our speakers talked about, how to then move us forward on the journey for creating the improvements to your downtown. This is just information about your city. You cover 12.79 square miles. You support a population of 20,000 plus. You can contain 8,000, roughly 8,200 acres, and you have close to 10,000 parcels. As we've been doing throughout this session is focusing, looking at enhancing the city's vision, established by the City Council for optimum growth management. And as we've been doing, we've all come from different points with our different thought processes, then to collectively put pieces together for the next part of the journey. And as we've been doing, we've given respect to every citizen's question, issue, or concern, and it's supported, constructed in an informative manner. So I appreciate how everybody has been cooperative and had a very good mindset today. And then what we're looking to do is then move forward with a sustainability plan with a clear, concise vision that is realistic, incorporates attainable goals, and then also is the most important is enhancing the quality of life. As we talked about those the 6 points earlier, connectivity, pedestrian access, transit, neighborhood retail services, social interaction, dwelling types, most important, healthy living. These are supported by the lifelong communities. So then we move forward. This is what we talked about in 2011, those issues that are still, some of these are still permanent today. And then with the Town Square Revitalization Program, this is notes from the 2011, is ARC's regional development goals for us to improve the mix of land uses, expand mobility options, which you talked about for pedestrian bicycles, strengthen the network of streets and paths, promote a mixture of housing types and price ranges, and then also look at regional goals driven by air quality and affordability. And then, of course, with your community development department, also building business development, is to protect and promote awareness of the community's health, safety, and welfare. Our mission is to provide an ecologically and economically sustainable quality of life program for the city of McDonough that you have coined one of the Southern Crescent's premier residential business and hospitality communities. And then this is just talking sort of note who we are as far as your community development team associates, and let's get past this. This is your boards that are within the community development that also shared with Business Development Municipal Planning Commission, which also acts as your tree board, Board of Zoning Appeals, and Historic Preservation Commission. I've highlighted. What's the tree board? Tree board is for public areas, or if there are certain areas, trees that are diseased or that need to be removed, then your tree board acts as that. You do have some information that we will be providing on what their duties are.
And the historic preservation is a commission, not one.
Well, we reference the city board, but that's why I was going to make a note between the Municipal Planning Commission and the HBC. Those are two commissions. So it's not a disrespect, it's regarding the previous one. Then on your growth management, we have, these are your 6 areas. You have community buildings, neighborhoods, parks, open space, streets, the environment, and then your town centers. And how do you create the matrix? Now this is what's neat about your parks program. The areas at the top are surrounding your town square. You have your town square itself, you have Big Spring Park, Alexander Park, Ryan Cleveland Street Park, which is your first pocket park, and your city cemetery, and also too, the Rufus L. Stewart Park. Then the Little Communities Initiative, this is sort of the progression. You started in 2004 with a plan, you moved to 2005 as a bypass study, 2011 visioning workshop, and then 2012 supplemental study. This is an outline of your area. What occurred is there was a larger area that was defined for your LCI that gives you the ability to move within that area. So it's a very large geographical area. Some jurisdictions start out small and grow to larger areas. This is reverse. You have a large area, gives you the opportunity to choose many different projects. This is sort of similar to the word cloud that Bob showed you earlier. Your 2004 LCI plan looked to strengthen linkages between Town Square and Alexander Park, redesign your Big Spring Park as a town green, increase storefront space within activity centers, expand your downtown residential population, develop performing arts venues such as what you're in today, improve pedestrian mobility and safety, improve street connectivity and mobility, and improve parking efficiency and options. This is a plan showing the outline from 2004. So the things that you're talking about today is where those fit in, what are those pieces, and as we continue along our journey and what you're going to add to this project. Comprehensive and incremental. This shows you your timeline going back to 1998 and this continues today because there are segments of the east-west one-way pairs that are being to be completed. But in 2004, 2005, and in 2009, you did an LCI update. LCI supplemental project, that's what it was handed out to you earlier that I'll talk about in just a moment. Your LCI streetscape, which is continuing 2012 to 2016. The Big Spring project, which is coming to completion. And then your next set of items that have been talked about. Municipal court building, the town square, and then the one-way pairs. And your 2011-2012 LCI supplemental study focused on the form-based zoning for downtown, complete streets policy, and business retention and recruitment. This is an area of what we talked about. This is a smaller, zoomed in to the what we call, as I refer to as the focus area, which encompasses your town square district. This shows you the progression. In 2012, we initiated with a form-based code, complete streets program, and business development program. 2012 forward, Main Street, Downtown Development Authority, and Tourism Board. This is where we're at today with the leadership of Mr. Trescott. As you can see, in 2011, the items that are manifesting today were begun and addressed in 2011. Form-based code, we're looking to focus on an image and character that supports your community goals. Support more compact development that enhances walkability, supports mixed use, complements the existing historic fabric, which will be led by your HVC, enhances the public realm, reduces the need for parking, includes development standards to support retail activity, require open space and green space. Now, this is the outside of the building we're in today. With your leadership and then with your creativity that's talked about as well as on the boards here, this is what was envisioned for this building. As you can see, this is the back part of the existing. This is the front part. This was the illustration by Mr. Lou Oliver, where there would be commercial on the lower level, or whatever you choose, and then office or residential above. So again, the transformation. So this is the project that Mr. Trescott will lead you through, whereby, again, look at the existing, and then look, this is just conceptual of what can be, what can manifest. So that's the importance of why you're here today. So I really want you to emphasize, and with our speakers, this is what you can have. They've emphasized and how you go about getting that. So that's the excitement for the community development, working with business development and DDA. This is the next part of your journey.
Also, the drawing that you had on the square that showed that the garden on top of the existing building.
Right, there's a collection that all illustrations you will be provided so that you can see the snapshot of the next part of the journey and the items that you'll be working with, and again, with business development, with community supporting Mr. Trescott. This is the Complete Streets and Policies Development Standards. Complete streets to support walking and biking as well as auto. Create interconnected circulation networks that promote walking and biking, promote more quality retail frontage, include more intersections that slow traffic and provide excellent retail locations, and that allow for incremental redevelopment. And then most importantly, complement the existing historic fabric within your town square district. This shows you a cross-section of the streets where we talk about the introduction of the trees. We also talk about the bike, pedestrian. How do we move people about to create a more walkable community? And then building design, facade review, life safety, as our guest talked about. This is what's important for the community development that we're working with you, is composition, architectural design, variations in the massing, the facades. Then the location, as Kirby talked about, reductions in setbacks to bring the buildings closer for connection. Because our current codes create a disconnect. They're antiquated. They're a more the traditional method where the buildings are set back and create pockets. And this is going to be very important, as all of you have emphasized in our downtown, our pedestrian, and changing the prioritization to that of the walking. And then this takes a look at your crown jewel. This is your square. This is a picture of the Pope building that was talked about. This is each segment of your square. So this is your town square, and the great things that are part of it was pointed out by the speakers. And with that, we return back to your focus areas, talking about the connectivity, reconfiguring your street grid network in order to enhance safety, economic vitality, and social health at your town square. Your pedestrian access, the access and transit, enhancing the opportunities for alternate modes of transportation. Your neighborhood retail for mixed use, social interaction, creating a supportive, interactive community. Dwelling types. Some people don't like it. Diversity of housing types, encompassing the square, and then also for the healthy living, active, healthy lifestyles. And also too, for adjourn is on your packet that was turned and given to you is the agenda item. If you'll turn to page 14. As our guest speakers talked about, this is a realistic project. This is in moving forward and putting a shovel in the dirt. This is where that for both myself and Bob is on page 14. At the bottom, this is the project that we talked about from GDOT that connects your town square to Alexander Park at 42. Just want to highlight some of these 7 principles from the ARC's Lifelong Communities. This project, which is already funded and getting ready for construction, will create safe pedestrian pathways to governmental buildings, dining, retail establishments, and park space for citizens of all ages, create an interactive public information system with the use of wayfinding signage and kiosks, will provide directions to destinations and notification of city-sponsored special events, provide pedestrian and bicycle access to 2 active senior adult communities, Village of Spring Creek and Oak Park. Seniors will have the option of walking and/or biking to various destinations, which is your town square, neighboring communities, and/or Alexander Park. Then on the next page, page 15, pedestrian access and transit. We will install a new streetscape along 42 North Corridor segment, linking the town square and Alexander Park. It will have multi-use pathways lined with new benches, street trees, and pedestrian scale decorative lighting. Neighborhood retail and services will provide access to employment, governmental, medical, and shopping destinations with proximity of residential communities. Social interaction provide improved connectivity between places of destination for group activities. Diversity of dwelling types provide the opportunity for a life cycle community developed around a town green and have direct pedestrian access to the 42 corridor, as well as providing housing options, new development or renovated. And then healthy living promotes passive and active recreational uses via connectivity to the town square green. And then on the next page, 16, you can read through at your leisure. It talks about additional attributes. So you have a project, you have the ability to put a shovel in the dirt, as speakers talked about today. And again, both Bob and myself are very excited with working with you.
And that's funded.
Yes, it's a funded project.